Counselor, do you wish to make an opening statement? Counselor.
Vinny. Oh, Vinny. It's time for your opening statement. Everything that man said is bullshit. Thank you.
I object, Your Honor. Counsel's entire opening statement is argumentative. Objection sustained. The entire opening statement, with the exception of thank you, will be stricken from the record. You will disregard counsel's entire opening statement, and you, Mr. Gambini, you will not use that kind of language in my court. Do you understand me?
Yeah. Wait. Yana, wait a minute. Yana, can I try that again, please?
Mr. Gambini, that would be most unusual and is not a part of our normal procedure in the Commonwealth of Virginia. You have been warned.
Come on, Yana. How about a little do-over just like we used to do in the playground as a Yute?
Mr. Gambini, what is a Yute?
Yute? You know, Yute? Oh, I'm sorry. Use. Is that better?
This is most unusual, Mr. Gambini. But if Mr. Porter finds no prejudice and agrees, this court will allow. Mr. Porter?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay now, Mr. Gambini, you have a shot. Court is going to permit you to have a second chance for your clients who you say didn't do it. So, Mr. Gambini, you have been warned.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Okay, maybe I could have handled that a little bit better. I admit it. But what's most important here is winning the case. The Bible says, now we see through a glass darkly. The Bible says, now I know only in part. And you believe what you read in the Bible. But all power may be abused if placed in unworthy hands. The courts cannot prevent abuse of power, but sometimes they can correct it. That's what we have to do here today. That's your job. My job is to kind of help that. You look at Mr. Porter, the attorney for the Commonwealth, and what you see. You see a winner. You see yourself. Mr. Porter said, seeing is believing. Seek and ye shall find. Ask and it shall be answered. Knock and doors will be opened unto you. And right now it's knocking time. You know what you see with your own eyes. You look at my clients and you see what? A loser. You look at me and what do you see? A loser. Everybody likes a winner. And I can do it. Here's how. I want you to close your eyes for just a minute. Everyone on the jury, right now, just close your eyes. And for a minute, I want you to imagine that you are on trial and I am your attorney. Don't open your eyes. You've been accused of a very terrible crime, maybe murder. But in court, at least 3 different standards of proof are within the realm of the possibility. Proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Proof by clear and convincing evidence. And proof by a preponderance of evidence. But to properly convict the government, the Commonwealth, Mr. Porter must prove every element of each offense charged beyond a reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Just keep your eyes closed now and keep that in your head. Just think that I am your attorney and you have been accused of something really, really bad. Just think about that. Beyond a reasonable doubt. That is what you need to convict a person of a crime. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. We all heard that on TV, we've all seen it in the movies, and we believe that. It is elementary that the burden is on the Commonwealth, Mr. Porter here, to prove every essential element of the offense beyond a reasonable doubt. If a prosecutor had stood before a jury and denied that the defendant was entitled to a presumption of innocence, if the judge had refused to correct him and failed to give any instruction on the presumption of innocence, if the judge's instructions affirmatively suggested there might not be a presumption of innocence, would anyone doubt that there was a reasonable possibility that the jury had been misled? The district attorney here, Mr. Porter, has to build a case. Building a case is like building a house. Each piece of evidence is one more building block. He wants to make a brick bunker of a building with serious, solid-looking bricks. Bricks like this. He'll show you how the bricks got straight sides. He'll show you how it's got the right shape. He'll show you it in a special way so it appears to have everything a brick should have. But there's one thing he's not going to show you. When you look at the bricks from the right angle, they're as thin as a playing card. His whole case will be a magic trick, which is an illusion. It has to be an illusion. Why? Because you're innocent. I'm your lawyer right now. Nobody, I mean nobody, pulls the wool over the eyes of a Gambini. Nobody should be able to pull the wool over your eyes either. You are better than that. Commonwealth Attorney Mr. Porter said that finding the light in the darkness is perhaps the most American thing that you do. And he said that verdict was an old word that came down from my ancestors in England, and that word meant truth. Shakespeare even had a character, I think his fella named Polonius in the play Hamlet, the one about the prince in Denmark, where something was rotten. And that character said, if I can recall from high school, this, above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow is the night, the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. This, above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow as the night, the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. We all taught that as little children to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. We sometimes even swear on a Bible in court. American people deserve the truth. A lie is a lie no matter what its subject. And if it in any way is relevant to a case, the district attorney, Mr. Porter here, has the responsibility, he has the duty to correct what he knows to be false and elicit the truth. That's the way we do it here in America. Maybe different someplace else, but that's the way we do it in America. Truth, justice, and the American way. You're a bunch of little supermen. The ultimate purpose of the judicial process is to determine what? The verdict? The truth. And we who are seeking truth, not victory, whether right or wrong, have no reason to turn our eyes away from any source of light which presents itself, and least of all, from a source so high and so respectable as the decision of the United States Supreme Court. It is emphatically the province and duty of the judicial department to say what the law is. And you're part of that today. All we say to anyone in America is to be true to what you said on paper. A stand-up guy. Folks, I ain't from here. I don't know you. You don't know me. We don't know them, and they don't know us. But speaking neither from false provincial pride nor artful political flattery, I can say that no man can ever be unmindful of the contribution this great state has made to our national greatness. Its leaders have shaped our destiny long before the Republic was even born. Mr. Porter said that. Its principles have guided our footsteps in times of crisis as well as in times of calm. Mr. Porter told you that. Its democratic institutions, including this historic body, have served as beacon lights for other nations as well as our sister states, because what Pericles said to the Athenians has long been true of this Commonwealth. Virginians do not imitate because they are a model for others. Mr. Porter told you that. You believe that. And I expect that you, as members of this jury, shall all dutifully go about this very serious business, accepting that responsibility that you have been given, not with mental reservation or purpose of evasion, in fulfillment of your duty to this great nation and this state, to do just one simple thing, the right thing. That's all we can ask as we do our best. I can't tell you what you saw. I can't tell you what you heard. I can't tell you what you felt. I can't tell you what you thought. I can't even control your thoughts. But if there is any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can prescribe what shall be orthodox in politics, nationalism, religion, or other matters of opinion, or force citizens to confess by word or act their faith therein. That's freedom of conscience. And notwithstanding the clear guidance from the nation's highest court, we know that whatever the power of the state to control public dissemination of ideas is inimical to public morality cannot constitutionally premise legislation on the desirability of controlling a person's private thoughts. We can't read your mind legally. We can't control your thoughts. Mind control, you can't do it. You may have heard this before, though. They say that the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. You may have heard this before too, but they say they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. You may have heard this before, but they say you need to watch now in all things, endure afflictions, doing the work of an evangelist, making full proof of thy ministry. This above all, to thy own self be true. You may have heard somewhere that we are sent forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. You may have heard somewhere, be ye therefore wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. As you go forth to do your duties as jurors on the jury, to listen to the testimony and the arguments being put forth by the prosecution and the defense, both sides, I want you to just remember that in your work to render a verdict, seeking the truth, like Mr. Porter said, truth. That's what verdict means. Truth. Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor. I object once again, Your Honor. Counsel's entire opening statement is argumentative. Objection sustained. The entire
opening statement, with the exception of "thank you," will be stricken from the record again. You please disregard counsel's entire statement, members of the jury. And you, Mr. Gambino,
I had a suit, Your Honor.
you will not
You seen it?
do that again in my court.
Yeah.
You understand me? The only thing on trial today, Mr. Gambino, is this court's patience. You have been warned. You have been warned. Don't push your luck, Mr. Gambino. Do you understand me, Mr. Gambino? Court will not go into recess. Readjourn tomorrow.
All rise. This message was approved by Major Mike Webb. Honest. This has been a Filmways presentation, darling.
And y'all come back now.